I don't know whether you know, my topic is 5 elements. I do 5 elements. I do it in my sleep, so I do it also when I'm awake. And I would like to tell you a little bit about 5 elements and emotion, and then we will start with 5 elements and the fear aspect. The fire element, which relates to joy in a single word, also relates to feeling contentment. We call this an inner light. I mean, you don't have to be ha-ha-ha with happiness, but you can still be content. So, to be able to be content with what you have, to find joy with what you have, is a heart aspect. The ability to enjoy. You can see some children, they have the most state-of-the-art toys, and they're not happy. And there's another child who's playing with a piece of paper and is very happy and content. So it doesn't mean that you have to have a lot to be able to enjoy, but you must learn the ability. You have to have the ability to enjoy. So the ability to enjoy. Optimism, or the glass half full or half empty. Optimism is half full. Laughter, the ability to laugh. And giving or accepting love. These are the attributes of the emotional states of the fire element. The earth element is associated to care. So most of us who are caring for patients, our patients, we are earth people. We have the earth job here. And whether we worry about our patients actively or passively. Are we just worried and do nothing? Or are we worried and we do take over everything? And to control yourself or other people through food, control with food. This is also an earth attribute. The metal element, lung, large intestine, is associated to the emotion sadness. So this would be a person who cannot feel sad, or a person who is always sad, or a person who, when they are sad, who cannot cry, or another patient, whether they feel sad or not, they are crying non-stop. And people who have problems to let go, and people who need to be free and independent, and other people who carry their guilt around, like baggages all through their life. These are emotional states that are associated to the metal element. The water element, kidney, urinary bladder, is associated to fear. And how the patient reacts when the person is in fear. Are they active in fear? Do they become very aggressive? Or do they become stubborn? Or are they passive in fear? Are they afraid of something and they will not attempt this something ever again? So I'm afraid to go out in the dark. I don't go out in the dark. So that's called passive fear. Whether a person is physically strong and forceful, or whether a person is physically soft and lazy. For instance, you know, January 1st of every year, we make New Year's resolutions, don't we? So big things, what we are going to do all of this year. And people who are very strong and who are very ambitious, they are going to keep to this at least till March. And then perhaps they will sort of slowly forget what they made, the New Year resolutions. But there are people who made this New Year resolution on January 1st morning, and by January 1st afternoon, they have lost a piece of paper. They made it up. So obviously, they cannot be doing this that they had planned, isn't it? So people who have no willpower, softies, as we call it, and physical tiredness. Because whenever a patient tells me, I am tired, I always ask them, where are you tired? So they tell me, I'm mentally tired, or my eyes are tired, or my legs are tired, or my whole body is tired, isn't it? They're telling you about different organs. And here, they're talking about a physical tiredness, especially relating to the back and to the legs. And the wood element, which is liver and gallbladder, relates to anger as an emotion. So these are people who don't feel angry, or there are people who do feel angry, cannot show anger. And there are people who, when they are angry, they become very aggressive and out of control. So we say there are people, when they are angry, they become more introverted. There are people, when they are angry, they become more extroverted and aggressive. And jealousy is also an emotion that we relate to anger. Just like guilt, we relate to sadness or matter. We relate jealousy to wood element, Oliver. And we call it the green-eyed monster. Maybe you have another word in Dutch, I don't know, another phrase. And this also shows an anger at other people's achievements, for instance. And the weakness, physical weakness, muscular weakness that we can experience, which stops us from expressing anger or aggression physically, this would be liver qi deficiency.